With training camp coming to a close, it is time to go over Mike Brown's expectations for the team heading into preseason, including some high expectations for Domantas Sabonis, and going over how he's going to utilize our newest superstar. Sup guys, so this is one of the most exciting times of the year. Preseason is only a couple of days away, and I'm so excited to see this new look Sacramento Kings roster in action against the Golden State Warriors on Wednesday. And I mean, if it's anything to what I've been seeing from the training camp clips, I believe that the expectations that I had for this team are going to be exceeded, as obviously I did have my doubts. I knew DeRozan was going to be beneficial, but from the training camp clips, he meshes in with this offense better than anybody could have expected, and we're going to be going over it some more in this video, but it looks amazing, guys, and I'm so excited for Wednesday to see it all in action and to see how the rest of the team just meshes together. But before we get into the rest of this video, welcome back to Kings Digest, a channel showcasing all of the upcoming Sacramento Kings news. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, as YouTube still tells me 85% of you guys still aren't yet subscribed. So please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss any future notifications. Now let's head in to the first report for today. As it goes over, Sabonis has never been a high volume three-point shooter, but he typically knocks them down when he attempts them. Through his past 2 seasons in Sacramento, Sabonis has attempted just 1 3 a game, but has knocked them down at 37.6% rate, which is honestly really good. It's just Sabonis doesn't really have that volume of the three-point shooting ability as a lot of the big men in today's league, has gotten. And I mean, big men has just been evolving, over the course of the league. But Sabonis, while he tries to chuck up 1 a game and he does knock him down at a fairly great rate, is just he doesn't have the attempts there. And I mean, this is one thing that Mike Brown is, just pushing for Sabonis to just take those shots. I mean, Mike Brown got the confidence in Sabonis, and one of the things he was preaching to him, and one of the things that we are going to see most likely in this preseason, is Sabonis taking more three-point attempts, which is honestly, it's going to be a strange thing to see Sabonis probably chucking up 3 to 4 threes a game, but that's just something that Mike Brown came out in a training camp interview and stated that he expects Sabonis, and he's been pushing for Sabonis to up his volume of three-point attempts, as he believes that will help unlock the Kings, floor spacing just a little bit more, especially helping DeMar DeRozan, free up a bit more space for his shot creating ability. As well, as we head into this report, as Mike Brown states, Sabonis has worked really hard on his shooting 3-pointers, and he shot it at a really high percentage for the volume that he did take them at. But you go from 1 attempt to 3 to 5 a game, and you see where you are and see how the defense plays you. And if he's going to shoot it at the same clip, like at 37% or better, with 3 to 5 attempts a game, or at least close to the same clip, now it's just going to create more space for everybody. And I've talked to him about it, and he's been working on it, but I'm not going to continue to press him. And so that's just something that we are definitely going to be seeing some more of this preseason. Obviously, the starters are going to get 15 to 20 minutes a game maximum. You can't overplay them. Obviously, it's just the preseason. It's just get the blood flowing and everybody to get back into the NBA, readiness again, and basically just to give the young players a bit more playing time, as well as I'm so excited to see a few of our prospects. I mean, we're going to be seeing the likes of Boogie Ellis is going to be playing a bit more, to see Colby Jones and how he's progressed, but most importantly, honestly, Keon Ellis, I expect him to still get a nice few minutes, saw it from the rest of the starters, as Keon still got a little bit more left to prove than the rest of the starters, obviously. But I'm so excited to see how he is going to perform in this preseason, especially since the stakes are so high this upcoming season for Keon Ellis. He's going to be inserted into the starting lineup, as Mike Brown stated in an interview, as his defensive instincts is just unmatched, and you can't afford to not have him in your starting lineup, especially when he can just go out there and guard the opposing, the best opposing guard, and just cause havoc. He's just somebody that you need to have in your starting lineup to keep your defense together, as we already got that offensive firepower, but him and Keegan Murray are going to have a lot on their plate, as they're going to be leading the charge defensively for that starting rotation. But I'm just so excited to see how this preseason works out, as we're going to be seeing Keon Ellis just going insane, as he's got a lot to prove, and Sabonis is going to be chucking up more threes than usual. I mean, this is going to be an entertaining preseason for sure. But let's head into the rest of the report, as Mike Brown spoke glowingly to ABC 10's Matt George about the duo of DeMar DeRozan and Sabonis in the dribble handoff. As Mike Brown states, the dribble handoff game is a different element to where he may not be easily blitzed if he has it going. Once he gets that ball, if you go under and Domas does the DHO low enough, it's a wrap. If you chase him over and he gets to a sweet spot, it's a wrap. So Mike Brown has been praising nonstop the dribble handoff between the new dynamic duo of the Kings and DeMar DeRozan and Domantas Sabonis, and he has, no worries whatsoever, as you were definitely going to be seeing a nice bit of that this preseason, as they're going to be trying to get that DHO ready for the regular season, and especially to want to get that down pat, as I've been seeing clips of Domantas Sabonis and DeRozan in the lab working on their DHO action, and it already looks insane. It already looks like they got insane chemistry already, and it's not even preseason. So we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of dribble handoffs in this preseason, as obviously, the Kings, that's all we usually run anyways, as Sabonis is elite when it comes to DHO. But expect us to see a little bit more of it now, especially now that we got DeMar DeRozan to be the DHO ball handler, essentially, and just play that 1-2 action with Sabonis is going to be lethal, trust me. But let's head into the last report for today, as putting DeRozan in the DHO puts defenders in the impossible position to pick their poison. Brown has also emphasized DeRozan's ability to find the open teammate for spray 3, which is one of his favorite results of an offensive possession. The dribble handoff may be a new look for DeRozan from last year, as I believe the Chicago Bulls only ran it 3 per whatever so many possessions. So he's going to a team now that utilizes DHO more than any other team in the league. So this might just be perfect for DeMar DeRozan. But there's little to no doubt that we see it over and over again throughout the season, as that is obviously going to be one of our most lethal scoring options, is giving the ball to Sabonis and DeMar and just letting them do that 1-2 man game. That DHO action is going to be absolutely lethal, and something that teams should be fearing to go against heading into next season. But even if you don't take in the fact that, like Mike Brown said, one of his favorite offensive outcomes is when DeRozan goes around the screen and just finds an open three-point shooter. And obviously DeRozan has been an underrated playmaker since his days in San Antonio, when, Coach Popovich, he kind of showed DeRozan how to be a bit more of a playmaker and to get more of his teammates involved. So the fact that you got DeRozan's underrated playmaking ability in that factor as well, it just makes the DHO way more lethal than people already expected it to be. So expect that play to be run more times than you could even imagine this preseason, as they want to get that down pat heading into this crucial season. But that's all for today's video, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you're excited about most to see on Wednesday against the Golden State Warriors, what you're most excited to see back in action from the Sacramento Kings, and let me know your predictions on how the game's gonna go. But anyways, that's all for today, guys. Peace out. I'll see you in the next one.